Panasonic introduces a new lightweight video system that's so automatic, it works by itself. The Panasonic video camera focuses by itself, adjusts for changing light by itself, even works in extreme low light all by itself. This Panasonic VHS recorder connects almost by itself and plays back a jitter-free picture in slow motion and stop motion. Put in a pre-recorded movie, and this Panasonic gives you hi-fi sound through your stereo. Sound so far superior to ordinary TV, it stands out by itself. Panasonic video systems, just slightly ahead of our time.
Greetings, my friends. Welcome to the Databits channel. In this video, we're going to take you back to the year 1984, when these two state-of-the-art VHS VCRs, battery-operated VHS VCRs, with cameras held externally and attached via a wire, were sold and manufactured. These were very expensive at that time period, and we're going to take a look at them both, kind of compare the quality of the two cameras. I'll actually shoot some video onto VHS, and you can see what it would look like to take video back in 1984. Our Magnavox VCR comes in this bulletproof as well as nuclear-proof case. You have the Escort SE VCR, and again, this was before the whole camcorder thing came along where the VHS machine was inside the camera. This is two separate pieces. So you have the VCR, this part here, and there's your jack panel there, your controls there on the front, place to put your carrying strap to put it around your shoulder. Battery goes in here, camera connects right here. Next part in our kit here is the connector to connect the camera to the unit itself. You can see that's very nice, heavy duty. We have a Magnavox brand microphone. Doesn't look like it's ever been used. Here's our rechargeable battery pack, made again by Magnavox. We have the power supply for the VCR. So if you want to plug this into the outlet, this is inserted into the battery compartment to power the unit. Now to charge your battery, strangely enough, you're going to grab this cable, plug it in there, and then clip this onto the outside of the battery. Kind of a strange yet functional configuration. We also have our carrying strap, which is located here. All right, it's got the little clips on the side to attach to the VCR to carry it around. This is the Magnavox Nuvicon camera. It is a very basic camera, the way it is set up. It has a built-in microphone, which is actually removable. It does not have autofocus or auto zoom on it, either one. Those are both manual processes, I guess, to keep the cost down of this particular unit. There is the connector there to plug in the cable to attach to the VCR. And inside here is a tiny CRT that allows you to see your subject. And there's a little rubber piece that attaches right there, clips on, and is a little more comfort to the eye as you stick your eye in that spot. So the viewfinder itself pops out and then clips onto the outside, which allows you to place it back into the case. All right, so that's pretty much our Magnavox unit. Let's go ahead and switch over to the Canon unit. So what's really unique about this Canon portable VHS recorder is it has hi-fi audio. So this was pretty much the rich man's version of what we just saw. The other one was, I guess, the poor man's version, although you couldn't be poor at that time to afford either one of these. So this one has hi-fi stereo sound, HD, which was really interesting because this is a tiny little hi-fi battery-operated portable VCR from that time period. And there's your controls there on the front. It's got that HD logo there, which also appears on many Panasonic professional VCRs from that time period. And you'll see the jack panel there, as well as some control switches. Your dock port here, which you can close up. There's the bottom of the unit. And again, we got the same attachment there, strap to put the unit on your shoulder. Got a slow tracking as well as a tracking control there. 3 speeds, SP, LP, and SLP. 2 different tapes to choose from, T120 or T160. Remote port there on the front. Okay, so the cool thing is you can dock this thing, undock it. What doesn't make sense to me is that there are no jacks on the back for audio and video out. The only thing it has on the back is RF out. So you would hook this to your television, but beyond that, if you had a monitor, in order to hook it up to your monitor, you would have to use your video out as well as your stereo phone's audio out jack right there. Kind of bizarre. Same exact connector for the camera as we saw on our other unit. And speaking of the camera, here's what comes in this kit here. We have a carrying strap. We have an infrared wireless remote control. We have our original owner's manual for the VC30A. We have some accessories in the back here. Here is our Canon battery pack, which I don't think holds a charge, but I haven't really given it long enough time to charge yet. We have our carrying strap that was apparently never used, or at least put back where they found it. Let's see what else we got in here. So we have a wired remote control. Take it out of here. Little tiny screwdriver. Oh, another one of those attachments to plug onto the side of the battery to charge it. And then here is a full function control unit, CU10, that would allow you to hook this up to a VCR and operate it remotely by wire. Here is the microphone, stereo microphone that attaches to the camera. Now the foam had completely rotted, so I've cleaned all of that off of there, exposing the little screen that was underneath. But there is your stereo microphone. Plugs into the side of the camera. Now this camera is a little bit heftier than our last one, a little bit heavier, and it has a little bit bigger viewfinder. It is fully automatic. You can automate your zooms via some switches on the side, and the focus is automatic, and I believe the white balance is also automatic. So we'll take a look at this more closely here as we demonstrate it. But again, this is a VC30 stereo color video camera, high band Satacon. This one's also using a CRT sensor to pick up the image. So just for a quick comparison, here are the two VCR units side by side. Your Magnavox here on the right, your Canon here on the left. Notice that the Magnavox is just a tad bit taller than your Canon for some reason. And just a view from the top there. The unit on the left, of course, is a 4-head Hi-Fi Stereo. Our one here on the right is a 2-head mono, and it uses linear recording, which is the non-hi-fi version of VHS. It's more like a cassette tape, cassette audio tape anyway. With our VCR powered up and connected to the camera, we can go ahead and take a look inside the viewfinder here. There's some interesting statistics that appear there. So you'll see indoor auto white balance, light, focus, gain, record, battery, and counter, all through the black and white CRT viewfinder that you see there. And we'll just kind of go around the camera a little bit here and take a look at some more of the features. The back of the unit here has a blue and red adjustment, as well as a standard and gain up on the operate side. So the third selector there is standby. You can also shoot in the negative using the normal and reverse button there. Let's go around here on the side, and you'll see the left and right external microphone jacks and a stereo manual switch. A little more on the camera itself. So we got the Canon stereo color video camera VC30 high band Satacon. We got our microphone connected up here, and the microphone is plugged in just underneath where the viewfinder plugs in. Over on this side, here are our controls. We have a manual and automatic iris control. white filter, light controls. We have focus, focus fade, white balance, and a bunch of other controls that you see there. Now, what really sets this apart is the fact that I can open this door on the side, revealing a keyboard. And with this keyboard, I can type in some really cool titles. And there's the instructions on how to compose a title. Taking a little bit closer look at the VCR unit here, you'll see as soon as you plug it in, that amazing flashing 12 o'clock. And we'll go ahead and hit the power button here and show you what it's like to power this thing up. Now, what's really nice about it is that cool green backlit display that you see there. That's pretty sweet. We've got a reset and a memory for our tape counter. Remote input there. There's our controls. And the display on this is still pretty healthy, amazingly enough. So we'll hit the eject button here in the front, pop open the cassette compartment, put into the cassette, close it in place, and we'll show you a little bit of this Power to Shine demonstration VHS tape. So let's go ahead and just see what fast forward looks like. And then stop, rewind. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and hit play. And we'll see the image come up here on our little sharp LCD screen.
A new day is dawning, and with it, new challenges. You need to teach, persuade, motivate, inform. You need to communicate. Now you have the power to present your ideas in the best possible light. The power to shine.
Now that you've seen the playback quality of Hi-Fi Stereo VHS coming from the Canon VCR, we're now going to put in the Magnavox and we're going to take some footage. Now we're going to take footage with both cameras recording onto VHS so you can see the image quality difference. And the reason we're going to record on this Magnavox VCR is because for some reason the Canon does not record from either one of these cameras, and this particular VCR records from both. So there's obviously something wrong internally or with the Canon VCR. So let's begin, and we'll shoot some footage with the Canon camera. And unfortunately, we've run into a bit of a problem. You see, I was able to record some test footage with the Canon camera, but before I could get over to the Magnavox camera, our VCR started acting up. Let me show you what it's doing. The issue with the unit could be a bad power supply, because at this point, this being the power supply, inserted here, once it's plugged in, you can power it on, and then it powers off immediately, or within a few seconds. To test my theory, I went ahead and grabbed my voltmeter, connected the probes to the terminals here on the power supply. I was able to get 12.5 volts. Then I connected the little dongle that goes to the battery clip, put my probes on there, and I was able to get 15 volts. So it could be that this VCR has bad capacitors that will need to be replaced in order to, I think I found the real problem. Unauthorized recording of copyrighted television programs, films, videotapes, and other materials may infringe on the rights of copyright owners and be contrary to copyright laws. It is quite possible that I just broke a copyright law, and now the machine is in self-destruct mode. And that's going to wrap up this particular video about the Canon and the Magnavox. Unfortunately, neither one wanted to work like they were supposed to. But I do want to give a big shout out to these three guys who are supporting me on Patreon. Thank you very much. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, here is the address. And if you want to follow me during the week on Facebook, you can go to this address right here. And if you don't want to do either one of those, please do what's easy. Like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.